Ku nsonga y'Abannakenya abawambiddwa mu Uganda nga bakamala okuva ku rally ya His Excellency Kyagulanyi Buyende ne Kamuli, ensonga yo nabagambye ngenda komomba update era ekiriwo kye kino. Of course Bannakenya bana bamu ku bo avava mu tiimu ya Njagi Bob wamu ne Nicholas Oyoo basazeeko ekitebe kya Uganda mu Kenya nga baagala okusinkana ambassador bamubuuze kajoyijoyi w'ebibuuzo, naye yeggalidde munda aganye okugula. Bakanyiza ku konkona ne bakonkona ng'obalaba ku screen, bakonkonye gate ne bakonkona nga tewali n'omu ava. Yasajja beggalidde munda. Of course batya Abannakenya bano. Abannakenya mujjukire balina solidarity enene nnyo nnyo. So obatya jjukira nti bano Bannakenya bannaabwe bawambiddwa mu Uganda. Sigamba nti they were arrested. No, they were abducted and up to date tewali n'omu amanyi gye bali. Like their phones are off. No one knows their whereabouts. Since Wednesday up to today tewali n'omu amanyi gye bali. So everyone is concerned. So mbadde mpatrolingako, kumbe ne media platforms endala mu Kenya zigoberera ensonga eno. Jengwiridde ku Citizen TV Kenya ngera ikoze guliro about these comrades abasazeeko ekitebe kya Uganda, abasazeeko embassy ya Uganda mu Kenya nga baagala kufilinga in petition n'okubuuza ambassador kajoyijoyi w'ebibuuzo kiki ekyatuuse ku Bannakenya bano ababiri abawambiddwa mu Uganda era baliwo. Mujjukire nti olunaku lw'eggulo nabwadde update eyo nga bawadde ultimatum ya ssaawa meka 12. So anyway, before I go deeper into this, first hear about this. Yeah. So kowulire ku okay, eno tujja tuukayo. Ansooke nkuwe.
And officials from the Uganda High Commission today refused to officially receive a petition seeking the release of Kenyans Bob, Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo from activists from the Free Kenya and 6.25 movements. The letter, as presented today in Nairobi by activists, demanded immediate confirmation of Njagi and Oyoo's location, written confirmation of legal charges, if any, assurance of legal presentation, and abductees' communication with their families, among others. The petition's authors have denounced the silence of the Kenyan government on the matter, demanding immediate action towards resolution. They say they will not relent until justice is served.
Now, remember, Museveni and Ruto, they are in the same WhatsApp group. They share, but bayina similarities impititive nyo. So, back in Kenya, Ruto naye teyefiriddeeyo. Era kyobalabanga nabo bamutabukidde. Lwakuba nti maaso ngenda kubuulira about Kenyan Embassy waniri mu Uganda. Kiki kyetuseeko about this. Naye katusooke tugendeko ku ba comrades bano tuwulire ate kye bagamba.
Ambassador for Uganda here in Kenya.
One of the two Kenyan human rights defenders.
We are here to request the ambassador for Uganda here in Kenya to make sure that he pursues this matter of the release of our two comrades, Chairman Free Kenya Movement Bob Njagi and the SG Nicholas Oyoo.
Activists and rights groups condemned the incident, describing it as part of what they termed a growing pattern of cross-border repression, and further calling on the Kenyan government to engage with Ugandan authorities to secure the release of the two, calling for an end to criminalizing cross-border activism.
I am so much shocked that since the two were abducted in Uganda, our Kenyan government is silent. There is no action that they have taken, and we want to wonder whether this matter is being made from Kenya to Uganda. Because there is no way that your citizens can be arrested in a foreign country and the concerned leadership of the country is just silent.
The abduction of the two has sparked concern from Kenyan authorities, with Principal Secretary for Foreign Affairs Korir Sing'oei confirming that Kenya's mission in Uganda had taken up the matter with local authorities. In a formal communication, the High Commission of the Republic of Kenya in Kampala expressed concern over the incident and sought urgent clarification from Uganda's Ministry of Foreign Affairs. According to Records compiled by human rights organizations, there has been a growing number of reported abduction and enforced disappearances of activists, journalists and opposition members in Kenya, Uganda and Tanzania between the year 2024 and 2025. Samira Mohammed.
Of course, I made sure mushoje nabade nayo yesterday nakusomedde abduction diseases baddewo of course in the East African region is involving aba activists abenjawulo okuli Dr. Kizza Besigye wamu ne Lutale, kuli Eddie Mutwe, okuli Agatha ne Boniface n'abalala bangi nga kumotadde ne Njagi wamu ne Nicholas. So coming back here in Uganda, nfunye ku kiwandiiko Embassy ya Kenya mu Uganda kyefulumiza era ng'ekonfaminga nti ensonga y'abana Kenya bano bagitegeddeko era bagirika. Ekiwandiiko kino kibadde kisoma the High Commission of the Republic of Kenya in Kampala presents its compliments to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda and has the honor to draw the attention of the esteemed ministry to information that two Kenyan nationals, Mr. Bob Njagi and Mr. Nicholas Oyoo, were allegedly abducted by armed men around Chileka area, Kampala, on Wednesday, 1st October 2025, and their whereabouts remain unknown. This information is contained in a letter dated 2nd October 2025 from Vocal Africa, addressed to the Principal Secretary, Permanent Secretary, Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Kenya, which we have the honor to enclose herewith. In light of the foregoing, and in order to address the concerns raised by the families of the two Kenyan nationals, the mission requests the ministry's assistance in liaising with the relevant authorities in Kampala to obtain information regarding the current situation of the missing Kenyans in order for the mission to take appropriate action in securing their release and safe return to Kenya. The High Commission of the Republic of Kenya in Kampala avails itself of this opportunity to renew to the Minister of Foreign Affairs of the Republic of Uganda the assurances of its highest consideration. Eno, of course, bagiwandiise nga 3 Olwokutaano October 2025, Minister of Foreign Affairs, Kampala. Stamp nekonako eya High Commission, Kenya High Commission, Kampala. Nza mujira bulungi. So there it is. Now, ndowooza olaba how powerful Vocal Africa is, because now remember yesterday nabagambye nti abantu abasinze okiteekamu nnyo oba teams ezisinze okiteekamu nnyo mukono kwe kuli Amnesty Kenya, kwe kuli Kenya Law Society, kwe kuli Vocal Africa, be basindikidde obubaka obw'amaanyi era obukambwe nnyo government ya Uganda wamu ate ne government ya Kenya.
Tonight we begin with growing outrage over the arrest and detention of Kenyan activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo in Kampala, Uganda. In a strongly worded letter to the Ugandan High Commission in Nairobi, the Law Society of Kenya, Amnesty International Kenya, and Vocal Africa are demanding the immediate release and safe return of the two. The groups have also called for a thorough investigation into the abduction, urging that those responsible be held accountable. Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen has confirmed that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is actively engaged in the matter. Gatete Njoroge reports.
More than 24 hours after the abduction of activists Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo at a petrol station in Kireka, Kampala, Uganda, human rights organizations have voiced their concerns over the alarming cases of abductions and enforced disappearances in East Africa region. Law Society of Kenya, Amnesty International Kenya and Vocal Africa.
Law Society Kenya, Vocal Africa and the Amnesty International Kenya. In this joint statement, yafosinze Actually ngina nakuyitiramu kubamba dempita ayitamu era nendaba Vocal Africa nga nayo ekyogedeke gambye nti in response to Vocal Africa's letter calling on the Kenya Ministry of Foreign Affairs to take action on the disappearance of Bob and Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo. So kino ekiwandiiko kyekyaviriddeko at least some action oba n'okubeera nga the High Commissioner of the Republic of Kenya in Kampala taking action oba responsibility yokubeera nti ensonga eno kati egimanyiiko. Otherwise singa bano tebavuddeyo kubeera nga bateekawo ensasage kyekiri kinabagambye nti an attack on one of us is an attack on all of us. Kyekiri kinababuuza neggulo nti gwe mu bino byonna byonna oyigamu ki, because the voices coming all the way from Kenya, they are loud, but when it comes back to us, oba wamba Edward Sebufu comrade munafe Edi Mutu, oba wamba Bobiwine, oba wamba Akirewo Kivumbi, there is a way we normalized this thing back here in Uganda, like to the point even mainstream media platforms is the one labient is really credible when they are reporting about that. They use these comrades being arrested. Nenga videos zabade crystal clear, zabade clear nyo nga babanonye mu numberless vehicles, ababa kutete babadde nti babambadde uniform ya police oba ya majo oba ya military, babadde mu ngoye za bulijjo za leya, baraddeko obukookolo bakutte emundu, toyinza bategeera. That is not an arrest, that is an abduction. Neno weka, so why did we even go to that point nga mainstream media zikose bigambo nga Edi Mutu being arrested oba Akirewo Kivumbi being arrested? It's because tulinga abakinomalaizinga katutubanga tufunye mikwano gyaffe okuva Kenya ne jijja wano Uganda okubeera nga jimira wamu ne His Excellency Kyagulanyi ne gifuna obuzibu buvunaanyizibwawo gwo muna Uganda ayagala enkyukakyuka okubangula ku ddoboozi. Kireme kunomalizingibwa kuba tukyayina bangi abaagala otulwanirako entalo zino, wadde nti omulimu omukulu ffe tuyina ogukola, ffe tugenda ogukola. Naye any support from outside Uganda is welcome. Bano babadde bubeezi ku rale ya His Excellency just kubeerawo bubeezi, sigamba nti no bazena mundu nedda, siga nti bazena biso nedda, wabula kubeerawo ne bawulira ne balengera kyali waabwe ng'akola kingayogera. Obutunulira bereti yaabwe ya African Movement olabirira nga efaanagana ne bereti eno, zifaanagana. Kiki kitegeeza? Inspiration from His Excellency Kyagulanyi. Inspiration from His Excellency Kyagulanyi. Nicholas Oyoo ye Secretary General wa African Movement. Anyway, let's go.
In a joint letter to Uganda High Commissioner in Kenya, Ambassador Eunice Kigenyi have demanded for immediate release of the two. The organizations have further demanded for legal representation and communication with their families, while calling on the government of Kenya to ensure cross-border activism is not criminalized. They have called for probe on the circumstances of their abduction and demanded that those responsible be held accountable. Demands that were echoed by Free Kenya movement that Njagi chairs and other activists who are now threatening to mobilize activists across the world to occupy Uganda embassies.
We call for the release of our comrades, and they should come cross-border while they are still healthy. We do not want excuses, and from here we are going to organize and give our governments, that is East African governments, 12-hour ultimatum to release Bob and Nicholas Oyoo.
The circumstances surrounding the abduction raise serious concerns about safety of Kenyan citizens in Uganda and the potential collaboration between the Kenya and Ugandan governments.
Political opponents must not be harassed, tortured, or imprisoned for speaking out. We reject tyranny and we embrace the spirit of unity.
Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, speaking during the Jukwaa la Usalama Forum in Nairobi, confirmed that the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is working to resolve it.
Like some of the Kenyans who went to neighboring country, I want to assure you that the Foreign Affairs Ministry is handling those issues, and everybody will be accounted for. It's the duty of the government of Kenya to protect its citizens in any part of the world.
However, Foreign Affairs Cabinet Secretary Musalia Mudavadi, who attended the burial of late Minister Dalmas Otieno, gave the abduction a wide berth despite calls from leaders at the burial for the government to intervene.
Kuna Prime Cabinet Secretary hapa. Kuna Wakenya ambao wameshikwa huko Uganda. Tukimaliza hii burial, tunaambia Mheshimiwa Mudavadi apigie Museveni simu watoe hao Wakenya ambao wameshikwa.
National Unity Platform presidential candidate Bobiwine has through his social media platforms condemned the incident and confirmed the two could have been abducted as a result of associating with him. The abduction of Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo in Kampala, Uganda has yet again raised concerns over increased cases of human rights violations in the East African region, with the authorities being blamed for remaining silent. Gatete.
All right, now let's get back here. I wanted to show, of course, this is Nicholas Oyoo. Yeah, that is the Secretary General of the Free Kenya Movement. And this is Bob Njagi mukulembeze. Bale njagala okulaga beret eno. Otundira beret eno. I don't know whether you can see clearly. Kandabo bansolo funa yo endala. I think this is far much better. Wabadde nga bali korari yebuyende. Ogitunulira beret eno. Ola beret eno. Njawulo kijeina ne beret eno. Inamu fist wakati, inamu mapu ya Kenya wakati, then instead of which gun people power our power, bo movement yawe, of course indala Free Kenya Movement. Now, chiche kitegeza inspiration bajija wano. Bajja ku His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu Robert. Ngabwe nagamba olinti abana Kenya bano bebamu kwabo. Ensi ezinja mujukire nti Ghana yavaayo ne yimirirawo, South Africa ne yavaayo ne yimirirawo, Nigeria ne yavaayo ne yimirirawo, Tanzania n'ensi endala of course. Naye Kenya be basinga okubeera abangi. Ebiseera ebyo, that was 2018 nga basibye His Excellency Kyagulanyi during the Free Bobiwine campaigns in 2018. Statistics zalaga nti you can easily follow traffic ubaji following abalabanga eyasinga okuba enyingi yava Kenya of all the countries is standing up nezi demanding Museveni ate His Excellency Kyagulanyi Bobiwine. So inspiration yali yamanyi nyonyonyo kyolabanga ebibala bibimu ku bino. So chichi nagambye nti olaba abana Kenya nga bazzi wano mu Uganda okubeera nga bawagira His Excellency Kyagulanyi tekikutiisa, it's normal. Bamumatira nnyo. Mwalaba recently mu parliament ya Kenya omukubonga asaba speaker abakkirize Bobiwine agenda bakyalire artist omwezi nga gumo bebiri bamuteeke mu tricks obwenjawulo obusobola okumuyambako okolaki okujjako mu 7 ka clip akonoza mwakalaba ka trending nnyo on social media platforms. Naye nga ebikyali awo ba comrades bano bakyamisinga wadde byonna bigenda mu maaso bakyamisinga. They are still missing. This one is more clear. They are still missing. So lugiraba bulungi. They are still missing. Of course ye Bobiwine yakyankalanye era nga omulidawo mu video n'alagira Ruto akubire mangu ono Olodimani Museveni essimu kubeera nga ata abana Kenya bano as soon as possible. Ebidirira teyekwasa. Alright. Kirala kimbadde njagala okushalingako nam about this update. Nga bwe nabasuubiza nti ngenda gifollowinga paka wekinaggwa. Baganda ffe ba eri mutwe bo bamiddwa bail. Nenga nabo bakwatibwa mu nkwatibwa yemu. Sigamba nti oli yajja n'abeeyanjulira n'abakwata bulungi nnyo babeera summoned ku police. No, babwamba drones nga baba picking up omukomo. Kati bawezeeyo bayitirivu nnyo. Olwaleero bamiddwa bail. Ngenda kubaleetera ebadde mu court about that as well. Naye nga gwe kyolina okumanya nti ambassador wa Uganda mu Kenya yesibiddeyo mu kizimbe atidde abana Kenya bakanyiza kukonkona ne bakonkona. They knocked and knocked and knocked and got no response. In brief, they've been locked out. They've been locked out and they've not managed to file in their petition for the release of these comrades. That is Bob Njagi and Nicholas Oyoo. Nga bwe nkugambye nti wofuna mukwano gwo najja okubeera nga astandinga wamu naawe mu kintu kyonna kyolina okukola, mukwano gwo oyo naafuna obuzibu, kikukakatako gwe gwazze okukyalira okumakinga sure nti nno obuzibu obwo abuvunduka. Kyendiko wano era mu nnyamba obubaka buno mu butambuze nnyo pushinga nnyo video zino zipushinga nnyo far and wide, zipushinga far and wide. Katulinde olunaku olw'enkya kyekigenda okubeera nga kivaayo. Bebo omuyi wano ali side eno then omulala yali side eno. Awo baali bakamala, actually yawambibwako era mu Kenya, awo yali yakamala okolaki okubeera nga ayimbula. Alright guys, this is the JB Muwonge talk show. Any other development gwe manya era ogenda gifuna wano. Tosagaasagana gwe ginoonye bunoonya, teeka mbutesi mu Google oba mu YouTube JB Muwonge talk show. Oba tunaba kubeera member wa platform eno, osobola tulekirako subscription ate era teweerabira kuteekako notification alerts so that you don't miss out anything kye tubeera tukuleetedde. Peace and love.